I have shared my screen.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GETI Live Session. We are keeping these sessions going on to make everybody feel that everything is normal. No matter what the situation is, we have to fight it back. We at Getty hoping that everybody is safe and sound at home and taking care of your health, which is the priority. So here I have Mr. Roshan Khan, who is from Bangalore. He is the CEO of Hint Consultancy, and today he's going to talk about how, in these situations when the lockdown is getting over, how his software or what is the program that he has can help to bring children and teachers back to school. I also apologize before I give him this platform if I am not too loud or you're not able to hear me well. Please forgive me. I'm suffering from a really sore throat. So, Mr. Roshan, thank you for joining in the disruptive education movement started by Dr. Sunita Gandhi, and I give this platform to you.
Thank you very much, Shilpi. Really, thank you. I also thank you, your organization, which is GETI, and of course, the visionary Dr. Sunita Gandhi, and what all movements you're doing, specifically this disruptive education movement at the global level. I'm really thankful for your organization to give me this opportunity to share how we can reopen the school, how we can help basically schools to reopen from the software perspective, right? So before I actually share my screen, I think everybody knows that how the school closures have negative impacts on the child health and education and development, right? So the decision to reopen the school should actually include consideration of the following benefits when we say, for example, allowing the students to complete their studies and continue to the next level, and of course, the social and psychological well-being. Having said that, let me just share my screen. My screen is shared already, Shilpi? Yes.
I've added it.
Okay, got it. So stethoscope.ai, that's the product name. And as she mentioned, Hints Consultancy Services. Hints is HINNTS, standing for, which is short form for highly innovative technology solutions. So I formed this company or registered a few years back, and we were working on two areas. One is edutech and health tech, and then now it's kind of combination. This product is, as I've mentioned, the vision is here to shape or shaping the future of campus wellness. So it is very relevant now in this period, and I would like to share some insights from my side about my product. Okay, so what is the current situation? So it is not something secret. Educational institutions, even though we have the pandemic situations for last 1 year, everybody is adapting, right? People are doing the disinfection of the premises. There is partitioning of the seats. People are following the social distancing, the norms of social distancing, protocols of physical distancing in the schools, on the way to school. And then the most important part is how the teachers have been trained in the last 1 year how to be digitally ready, right? So how they can be, useful, and how important their training is. So schools are adapting, they have adopted and adapted to the new wave or new way of teaching. But still, what is still be addressed is, as I said earlier, is the comprehensive development and the cognitive learning, which is still lacking for the students. First one, the challenge which has to be addressed even after so many things are being done, is safety and well-being. Now, everybody, not only the students but also their parents and well-wishers, are really scared of contracting the virus at school, right? And uh, and because of that, they are very reluctant to send them to school or college, or even go to any kind of institution where we have more number of people, more than 20 as a gathering, and which is causing a major damage for the future of the students. both academically, socially, and emotional learning is also missing. Correct. The next biggest challenge is about the trust and confidence. Now, we said people are still reluctant to send. How the education institutions, how are they going to build that trust and confidence in the parents and the students and also the staff to return to school, right? So how can they assure the parents and convince the teachers and everyone that school is safe to return and you can come back and start in the new normal, not as earlier, but yes, in the new normal. And finally, the major problem is the digital divide we have in our country, right? So not everybody has a high-speed internet connection at home, and not everybody can afford a very good quality smartphone where we can run Zoom or Google Meet and those kind of applications which require high bandwidth. Plus, you know, we see a higher version or quality smartphone or the laptop. And even if they have it, not everyone in the house is uh, they are able to share, because at the same time they have, if they have two children and one laptop to be shared, both have the same time classes, so it's becoming very difficult and there is a digital divide. So that is where we said we need to have a solution which is going to help, and that is our product, which is we are calling as stethoscope.ai. As the name itself, it is uh, a health tech product, and let's see what it does. Best thing is, using the software, what we want to achieve is help in transitioning back to the physical world, right? And it should be planned and safe option. First, this product is technology enabled and it is futuristic. Okay. And the first thing what it does is refining the process of collection of data. So the symptoms, if somebody has any symptoms, how an organization can collect the information about the staff and about the students, whether it is temporary staff or permanent teachers or anybody or any visitors for that matter, how they can monitor and trace if there are any suspected cases, and how they can gather the data. The most important objective which is addressed by use of this software is building the trust and confidence. So it develops a very strong parent and school relationship. It improves social and psychological well-being, and of course it is providing access to very reliable information. We'll see that later, how we do that. Ultimately it is about people getting absent because of sickness, so it is reducing the sickness absenteeism for the students or for the teachers and staff, and ultimately it is benefiting the society, so that even parents can return to work. It's not only about students. So because if the students are still at home, children at home, it is difficult for parents to work, and they also can't return to work because not everything like care operations or crashes are not open, right? Finally, of course, as is it is digital solution, we take care of the data privacy, both with respect to personal data and health data. Okay. Of course, as I said, in the digital world, the system or software should be accessible from any kind of device. So it's just to show that how responsive is the application. There's just sample screens. It is responsive, whether it is laptop, whether it is tablet, or whether it is a smartphone. It is accessible and easily usable, very easy to use from any kind of device, any form of device. For students and staff, how this is a sample screen again. How does it look for a student or a staff when they start using it? The first thing what we do is, once we collect the data about the symptoms and health status of each and every individual, whether it is student or staff, we identify the risk level and triage on 5 levels of the severity levels, which is either low, medium, and high severe levels. Then how we do this risk assessment is based on multiple parameters, not only the symptoms but also the age and gender and the location, basically from where the person is coming, from which area they are coming, if I mean, we can see if you want little more demo and details, we can do it later. If you can contact me, what exactly are the different parameters. But what we have done is using the statistic from WHO, like, most of you know, if there are data is available, there is a lot of things which can be done. So that is what we have done. We have developed an AI model based on the statistical data available over the last 1 year from WHO, the feeds which they give it daily wise. So we just collect it and always improve our AI model. And depending on that, we identify the risk level of infection for the individual who's using the system. At the end of the assessment, what we do, we also provide detailed recommendation of what should be the next step, or how things should be taken care if the person is, for example, found positive, or if you just say it's not, testing is not done in the case of COVID. If the symptoms are very uh, familiar, or for example, the symptoms are most common symptoms which are found, which can be considered whether the person is, how much is the risk level, right? So we use the guidelines which are based on the WHO and Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, so that everybody gets to know what is the next step in case there is a situation. And finally, of course, because the software is going to be used across India, and every state, they have their own helpline, they have their own guidelines how to manage the pandemic. So we have a local information available and also global information available, whether it is Ministry of Health, Family Welfare, or if somebody has to find out where the local testing labs, where they can go, and now where they can go for vaccination, even that information is available. Okay. The most important part is for the management, right? So we want the school or the college, the education institution, they want to get back to the new normal in the physical world and enough of this virtual world, right? Because of the well-being of the children and the staff, everything is being affected. So for the management, where there's a dashboard which is live, it provides a lot of trends and analytics. It like, for example, as I talked about the triage, the top 5 levels of risk of infection levels. So there are many indicators of health based on the location of the campus, based on the number of students in each department, and the HOD can have a different view, the principal has a different view, the other organization admin department can have a different view. And obviously what is important is access to the detailed reports. So it's the reports dashboard available, and historical information is available. If somebody is basically falling sick now, we can see the historical information, how he or she has been doing over the last 1 week or 2 weeks. And of course, currently this software is already being used in many institutions and across India. So we have at least 10,000 people using this software on daily basis in multiple organizations. Okay, and then yes, continuously improve our software. This is also one of the features, is to how to monitor the movement of the students and staff inside and outside the campus, right? Having said that, now let's see, where is AI. So I've talked about what data we are collecting. So we are using AI for the sorry for that, for the preliminary prognosis and recommendations. Remember, we are not doing diagnosis, right? We are doing the prognosis only. So it is basically suggest and assist model. So for currently, we are using AI to check the symptoms and then guide the user for appropriate care and navigation. And we are able to identify who needs to be self-isolated, whether they are ready to go to work or go to school, and if they have to seek emergency care. And of course, we get the insights on healthcare costs, if somebody know whether they have the insurance or not, and decrease the healthcare costs going ahead. Of course, we use machine learning to find the common patterns, to get more accurate over time, so that our recommendation, our identification of the risk becomes more accurate. And if there is a possible illness based on symptoms, we try to warn. And of course, we can provide recommend preventive programs. Okay. Well, as I said, let's see who are the customers interactions. So this is, you can see a lot of organizations are available here. But yeah, I mean how they are using it is pretty clear. As I said, we already have almost 15,000 unique users and 10,000 active users who are using it daily basis. Some testimonials I will not go through in detail. Both are versions available, whether it is B2C or B2B, any organizations. So our biggest customer is Titan organization. They are around 8,000 people of Titan itself across India who are using the software on daily basis, and they are using for employee health and wellness monitoring, and their monitoring and tracking their health status over the days, which is definitely help them to keep their operations running and going. Okay, little bit about the business model. I'm not sure how many will be interested. And thank you about the software. I will not take much time to talk more about the software. I'm open to more questions. If anybody has any questions, Shilpi.
Um, well, there are no questions as such from the audience, but we would like to understand when you talk about this software which can collect the data and it will help. So, is it scalable? Like it can be done on a large scale, or it is like, it can be only for a limited, can say, classroom or school campus, or it can be done even, applied for a large scale
Yeah.
population.
So as I already said, the software we have already taken care of the scalability part. So we are using Amazon Web Services to host our software, and so there is no limitation on number of organizations or number of users on it. So there is no question with that. For example, now what I showed you is 15,000 people are already using it, and soon it is going to be increased by another 5 6,000 in just 1 month. So any organization, for example, a new school or college who have 2 to 3,000 of students, it can be implemented just in a few hours, and they can start using the application. And this can be expanded for a government institution, also for a public sector institution, where, for example, at the airport, also for the travelers, where we have lakhs of travelers every day. Even there, it
Yeah.
can be implemented. We are in discussion.
So, is
Uh,
it very expensive, or is it that any small school which has
yeah,
got very small budgets can also use it?
yes, it is very affordable, and specifically because of this pandemic, we know that
Yeah.
everybody has got challenges. So our subscription model or our business model is very flexible and affordable. And whether it is a small school or large school in universities, anybody can use it, and it is very much affordable. So that is how we have been able to implement for small clinics and hospitals, where they are using the same software for monitoring the patients after they have been discharged after their operation, where they need to monitor their vitals, right? So there are other uses also, which is, only 10 15 patients will be there in a week to monitor for a hospital, right? So even for that number it is used. And like in Titan organization, even 7,000 employees are using it on daily basis, so there is no problem with that. It's completely web-based application, and anybody across the world can use it to access from anywhere.
Thank you so much, Roshan. Thank you for taking our time being explaining this, especially when it is much needed. And let's pray for everybody that we all get back to a normal lifestyle very soon. So take care, stay safe, stay home.
Thank you, Shilpi. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Just wanted to, inform everybody that there are definitely many benefits of reopening the school. As I was telling in the starting itself, the decision to reopen the school is already been taken care by many of the schools, and they are using many criterias depending on where they are, in which state they are, in which city they are. And of course everybody knows, so we should also realize, whether we are parents or teachers or anybody, that we need to allow students to complete their studies and to continue to the next level, we need to allow the building of the social and psychological well-being in them. We need to provide, reduce the risk of non-returning to school, and of course, a benefit to society if both ways, parents also can go to work and students also can go to school. And
We pray for that.
sorry.
I'm saying we all are praying for that because that is the kind of scene we are longing to see right from, it's been more than 1.5 year. We as educationists know the best, what, have seen the best and have seen the worst. So
Correct.
we are waiting for that kind of a thing, that for us, it's such an incomplete feeling from, past 2 years,
Yes.
not seeing a complete school, children, and maybe your software, if he goes popular and people start using it, we might be able to see that. So I hope, in this holy month of Ramadan, may inshallah your success, progress, let people come together, peace all around, and a healthy environment. And we all have another show with you on a very, very happy basis. Thank you, Roshan, for making our day today.
Thank you very much, LP. Please take
Mm.
care and
You too.
best wishes for everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.